Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Surds video. If you have missed part 1, do check it out in the description box below. Today we are going to touch on how to simplify a Surd expression by rationalizing the denominators and solving equations involving Surds. So if you are all set, let's jump right in. Now if you see a fraction with a Surd in the denominator, we can simplify the expression by rationalizing that denominator. Rationalizing the denominator simply means to remove the Surd expression and to convert that expression into a rational number. So for part A, we have 6 over root 2. To remove that Surd expression, all we need to do is to multiply by root 2, both on the denominator and the numerator. This makes the fraction equivalent. So recall the formula we learned in the last video, as shown below. Now to simplify a denominator such as this in part B, we use a 3-step method. Our very first step is to introduce a term called a conjugate surd. Not to worry about the term, it simply means introducing the same two terms but with an opposite sign in the middle. So for this case, the conjugate surd is 3 minus root 2. Second, multiply the conjugate surd on the top and bottom of the fraction, making sure to write a bracket as well so that you can multiply all the terms correctly. Third, simplify the numerator by expanding, and the denominator using the difference of squares formula on the right as shown in blue. This will give us 3 minus root 2 over 7. Now, in part C, we are going to apply the same 3 steps to rationalize the denominator in this fraction. Firstly, we introduce the conjugate surd, which is 2 minus 3 root 2 on the top and bottom of the fraction. Multiply them together and remember to include a bracket. Thirdly, expand the numerator term by term. This will give us 2 minus 3 root 2 plus 2 root 2 minus 3 and 2. Now, simplify the bottom, the denominator, using the difference of squares formula like this. Continue to simplify further. And we'll have the denominator as 4 minus 9 multiplied by 2. Simplify it further. And we will have minus 4 minus root 2 over minus 14. Now, to remove the minus sign, all we need to do is to multiply a minus 1 on the numerator, which gives us 4 plus root 2 over 14. And this will be the final answer. So in this section, we'll be dealing with solving equations involving surds. Sometime or another, you would find such questions that you might encounter, but not to worry. What we can do, the very first step is to remove the square root. Now bear in mind that if you are solving an equation, you are trying to find the unknown value of, in this case, it is x. Alright, so what we can do over here is to square both sides. Alright, meaning to say we're going to square square root 3x minus 9, which gives us 3x minus 9, and square 9, which is 81. Now moving all the constants on the right hand side of the equation, we have 3x equals to 90 and x will be equals to 30. Now part B is also the same. What we can do right now is to square both sides of the equation so that we can remove the surd expression. Now when we square both sides, we will have 4x plus 1 equals to 3x minus 2. Moving all the variables on the left hand side of the equation, we have x and equals to minus 3. Now we're going on to a slightly more advanced question. You realize that there are two unknowns in this equation, a and b. And the left hand side of the equation is equals to the right hand side of the equation. So all we need to do, very first thing, is to identify which side is more complicated. In this case, it is the left hand side. So we are going to take the statement on the left hand side and expand every single term by multiplying each of the terms. You have minus 10, 2, and we have minus 15 multiplied by 2. What we can do is to group all the constant terms together like this, and to group all the surds together. At the same time, we can take out square root 2. Now, since the left hand side is equals to the right hand side, we can do a method called by comparing. We can compare the coefficients of the terms. 2a minus 30 is equals to minus 24. Remember to bring along the minus sign. And we can see that 3a minus 10 is equals to b. Let's try to name this equation number 2. So for this over here on the left, we can actually find the value of a by bringing 30 on the other side. A is equals to 3, and we are going to substitute this into equation number 2 to find the value of b. So very simply, we can put a as 3 minus 10 equals to b, and b is equals to minus 1. Now we're going on to the application questions involving surds. We have a question here to say that a plastic box has a square base of length 2 plus square root 18. So for the benefits of everyone, I'm going to draw out the diagram to better visualize it. A square base of 2 plus 18 cm and a height of 7 plus square root 2 cm. So find the total surface area of the box in exact form. Alright, so we just need to apply the formula, the length times breadth of one side, and we are going to add up all the sides together. Alright, so there's 4 vertical sides multiplied by 2 plus root 18, 7 plus root 2, and then there are 2 sides on the top and the bottom, plus 2 and 2 plus root 18 squared. All we need to do is to simplify this expression. So we can expand further to give us this expression. And 4 multiplied by 14 equals to 56 plus 8 root 2 plus 28 root 18 plus, you're going to square root 36, which is 6 multiplied by 4 is 24 plus 8 plus 8 root 18 plus 36. Now we are going to combine similar terms together. So we're going to add 56 plus 24 plus 8 and plus 36, which just gives us a value of 124. If we see any other terms that are similar, we can combine them together as well. In this case, we have root 18, so adding the coefficients of 28 plus 8 gives us 36 root 18. We can actually simplify this further by breaking down 18 into the factors. Remember, the factors that can be square rooted is 9 and multiplied by 2. Alright, so what we have would be 124 plus 8 square root 2 plus 108 square root 2. Alright, so we can actually simplify this further by factorizing the terms. Let's take out 4. And 124 divided by 4 is 31. And 116 divided by 4 would be 29. Don't forget to add in the units, cm square. So that's it for part A. Now part B is slightly more straightforward. We're going to find the volume of the plastic box in exact form. So what we can do is to find the volume by multiplying length times breadth and times height. In this case, there is a square base, so we're going to take 2 square root 18 square multiplied by 7 plus root 2. I'm going to apply the formula here, which is 2 square plus 2ab plus square root 18 square, which is 18, multiplied by 7 square root 2. Let's try to combine all the similar terms together like this, and then we can start to multiply term by term with 7 plus square root 2. So 22 multiplied by 7 is 154 plus 22 root 2 plus 28. At the same time, I'm going to split 18 into 9 multiplied by 2 plus 4 square root 36. 154 plus 22 square root 2 plus 28. We are going to square root 9, which is equals to 3. Right, I'm going to leave these values here first. For square root 36 gives us 6, so 6 times 4 will be 24. Let's try to combine similar terms together again. 178. Alright, we have 22 root 2 plus 28 multiplied by 3, which is 84 square root 2. Let's try to combine 84 and 22 together to give us 106 square root 2. But we can actually factorize by removing 2. So it gives us 289 plus 53 square root 2. Alright, and remember to put in the cm cube as a unit, and this will be the final answer. Now I really do hope you've learned something from this video. Do remember to download the free math practice questions with worked answers that is linked in the description box below, and to hit the subscribe button to see more of such videos. Thank you.